order the February 21st City Council meeting with a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. In the moment of silence, please keep in your prayers the earthquake victims in Turkey and Syria. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Jackie, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Mayor Evans,
Here.
Vice Mayor Russell, Mr. Mitchell.
Here.
Mr. Parrish, Ms. Cooper,
Here.
Mr. Redmond,
Present.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Here. Do I have a motion to excuse Vice Mayor Russell?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond? Oh. Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
All right, and that takes us to a presentation tonight, a very special presentation by our city manager, Michael Doss. We get to hear all the wonderful things about Milford.
Can I-
Mr. Redmond
Yes,
to
Mr.
vote?
Redmond, do you approve the?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
All right, so we are going to have the State of the City 2022-2023, so I will turn it over to Mr. Doss.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, council members. Getting ready to present what will be my sixth State of the City. Actually had the opportunity to serve the citizens of Milford now for almost 7 years. I think we have accomplished a lot in those 7 years. Hopefully you'll see that reflected tonight in the State of the City. The theme, I typically don't do themes, but I think the theme for this presentation tonight serves us well. This is essentially going to talk about the quality of life and the improvements that have been made in Milford and the improvements that continue to be made in Milford to improve the quality of life for our residents. I recall several years ago, one of the charge missions of the Milford-Miami Township Chamber of Commerce were how are ways and things that we can focus on to improve the quality of life. And I think you're seeing that come to fruition tonight and throughout the next several months and hopefully several years within the city of Milford. First, I want to start off with a little bit of a financial overview of the city. In 2022, our annual revenue was $19,255,113. Our 2022 annual expenditures were $15,748,146, which is a difference of $506,967. Our general fund, which pretty much operates everything within the city that is a non-enterprise or a non-utility, enterprise utility interchangeable. In 2022, our general fund revenue was $6,932,950. Our general fund expenditures were $6,468,087, which is a difference, net difference gain of $464,863. In 2022, the city's earning tax collection was $5,171,733. Tax revenue has increased by about 8.2% in 2022, completing a 6-year trend, which you can see here, and realizing an average increase of 3.7 each year. That's pretty substantial in the way the cost of doing business, some of the inflationary costs that we've experienced. It's critical that we keep up and maintain with that to provide the services that our residents have come to expect within the city. The city continues to budget a general fund reserve equal to 5 months of annual operating revenue. The city expended $1,034,413 in public funds for infrastructure projects and secured outside public funds for $536,568, or 52% of those projects. Quality of life. I'm pleased to report that Milford is no longer a location within the greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area. We are a destination. I recall a post that I saw online just the other day where Milford is becoming a culinary destination. That's just amazing that we realized that within the last several years. Milford's projected unemployment rate is 3.7%. This is compared to roughly 4.6% in the greater Cincinnati metropolitan statistical area, which covers all of greater Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. Median household income, when measured in 2017 through 2019, the median household income for the city of Milford and our residents was $51,980. In 2022, median household income was $67,188, which is an increase of 29.2%. Importantly, average home values measured in 2017 through 2019 were $154,200. In 2022, the average median home value in Milford is $173,500, which is an increase of 12.5%. Milford is a destination for dining, shopping, and recreational entertainment. The quality of life building forward. Back in 2016, 2017, a group of citizens got together along with our Assistant City Manager, Pam Holbrook at the time, and reviewed our comprehensive plan. Among some of the things and some of the comments that came out of that comprehensive plan was home ownership versus rental. At that time, home ownership was 51% home ownership, 49% rental. In 2022, we moved the needle. Home ownership in the city of Milford is now at 55.8%, and rentals are at 44.2%. This is an increase of 4.8% in home ownership from the time that we did the comprehensive plan up to now. It goes back to what I just started with this presentation. Milford is a destination. People want to live here. People want to work here. People want to enjoy their weekends here in Milford. Our charge has always been to try to keep Milford dollars in Milford by bringing in other dollars. We measure our successes by the fact that if we can get residents in Milford to stay in Milford on a Friday night, a Saturday afternoon, a Saturday night, or Sunday evening, we win because we keep those dollars there. Those individuals are not going to the city of Cincinnati or any other municipality or any other township in the greater Cincinnati area. Our most common industries stay the same. Leading industries continue to be wholesale, administrative support, and food services. From an economic development standpoint, in 2022, new construction value for residential and commercial properties was $34,070,872. Several small businesses made construction property improvements totaling $51,516. They utilized our small business incentive grant program, which provides up to $5,000 for those small businesses to use for any exterior improvements, awnings, windows, signage, or interior improvements that make a permanent or hold a permanent value, such as sprinkler systems, HVAC, electrical. In 2022, $32,200,000 private commercial and light industrial development investments were made in the city of Milford, and you can see those there. The Cincinnati Distillery and Nation Kitchen, $8.5 million. PG&A, which now has home at 910 Lila Avenue. And that is important. At 910 Lila Avenue, in 2021, Pivotech was housed there. Pivotech was unfortunately a victim of COVID. Because of the industry that they were in, they had to leave. So that left a gap at 910 Lila. PG&A, which is out of downtown Cincinnati, purchased the building and has made over $5 million in improvements. And today employs about 18 individuals full-time. Cobalt Station, which we share a little bit, depending on who you talk to, with Terrace Park, had about $1 million investment. Mercy Health and Imaging Center and Clinic had about $3.2 million in investment, and Staybridge Suites by IHG had $14,500,000, again, totaling over $32 million. As I stand here today, over the last 5 years, the city of Milford has experienced over $91 million in new commercial construction, $91 million. And by the end of this year, going into 2024, we will hit over $100 million. And that is new construction, that is new investment. And those are the things that have an effect and impact on the quality of life for our residents, because a lot of our residents work there. One of the large investments that was made was Staybridge Suites, which we held a ribbon cutting for earlier last year. excuse me. This is a 92-unit, $4.5 million investment and is the second hotel investment by the Shoaib family within the city of Milford. Impacted by this, and one of the driving forces behind this hotel, as well as True Hotel, was the presence of FC Cincinnati and their training center and sports academy. We talked about this several years ago, the impact that FC Cincinnati would have on our local economy and in tourism with all the tournaments and league play that they have for their academy students. So that message is ringing true. I'm also, as we stand here today, proud to state that the lodging tax that is collected, the 1% that is collected within and throughout Claremont County, is fully paying the debt service on this building. There is no public income tax or tax from the city of Milford paying on this debt. Cincinnati Distillery and Nation Kitchen was another item that we realized in economic development in 2022. Although it took them several years, I think the investment paid off. They purchased a well-known Milford landmark, the old Millcroft, and revitalized that building and brought their distillery and whiskey to Milford. And now this is home of Cincinnati Distilling. Nation Kitchen moved in as well, making this the third restaurant for Nation Kitchen. Primarily, they did operations out of Over the Rhine. They're expanding. They're in Westwood. They're now in Milford. And I'm here to tell you today that we have other businesses from Over the Rhine that have expressed interest in coming to the city of Milford. This was an $8.5 million investment for this project. We did other ribbon cuttings and openings in 2022. Digimax, Cobalt Station, Mercy Health Clinic and Imaging, and a beauty bar as well. Infrastructure improvements. We created additional parking at the corner of Garfield and Water Street, the the 25 Main Street property, the old Park National Bank property. This added 10 new parking spaces and 4, interesting enough, golf cart spaces. This totaled 41 spaces in all, and this parking lot will house any demand that we have currently within downtown Milford, in the heart of downtown Milford. We established new LED lighting on Main Street in downtown Milford. We had a partnership with Duke in this project to replace 38 lights in downtown Milford with energy-saving LEDs, which will pay off in the long run over time from an energy cost standpoint. We also installed sunshade sails at Garfield Park. This was something that several of our residents brought to the city. This improves the quality of life for children, specifically children in the Clartoma neighborhood. They can go there and enjoy that playground in the summertime without having to worry about any skin burns or any injury. Importantly, 5 Points Landing, we broke ground this past fall in 2022 on 5 Points Landing Park. 5 Points Landing Park will be the crown jewel of the city of Milford. It'll be a gateway between downtown Milford and uptown Milford, just past 5 Points. Our hope is that not only will this improve the quality of life for the residents in East Milford, but also residents throughout Milford and throughout the greater Milford-Miami Township community, and also be a segue to economic development improvements beyond 5 Points. The amenities included within this park will be a farmer's market, a dog park, a fountain circle with LED lights which can illuminate at different times of the year. If we want to celebrate Christmas or Valentine's Day, we can change different colors on that. We have a restroom facility. There'll be meandering walking paths throughout, places to have lunch, places to sit, places to exercise. There'll be a grand landing for entertainment, plays, different types of theater, different performances, musical performances, and of course there'll be a large parking lot in the back. In 2023, we have several goals and objectives. One of our first is completing the Wallace Avenue water supply line. We received money from the Ohio Public Works Commission and also from ARPA in the amount of $388,080 and $403,920. Another goal is to complete the Garfield Avenue discharge water line. We also received funding from Ohio Public Works Commission in the amount, oh, that's the wrong one, I'm sorry. That's a typo. We did receive funds from OPWC. We did receive funds from ARPA for that project. Both of these projects are necessary because and one of our goals is to actually complete the Wallace Water Tower. It's a tower that has been around since 1945, should have been replaced and replaced again. So it's served its age, still functioning. Both of these water lines will improve the water service delivery to our residents and is much needed for that project. Another goal is to complete the Jim Terrell Park canoe and kayak launch. We received funds from the Ohio capital budget in the amount of $190,000 and from the Community Development Block Grant in the amount of $55,000, plus what will end up being probably a local match of $50,000 to establish a canoe and kayak launch at Jim Terrell Park. This will be twofold for us. This will enable us to capture the recreation opportunities, the usage of the Little Miami River. Since COVID, the Ohio Department of Tourism says that outdoor recreation is up over 400%. So we want to capture those folks that are on the river and get them into Milford and tell them our story and show them around. This also serves a public safety purpose as well for water rescues. At this time, we partner with the Miami Township Fire Department to provide water rescue. There are times they cannot get down to Jim Terrell Park to launch their boats, so they have to go up to Kelly Nature Preserve. And as we all understand, timing is important and critical when it comes to public safety. So this will also serve not only an economic development standpoint, not only a tourism standpoint, but also a public safety standpoint. Other goals, again, I mentioned completing the design for the Wallace Water Tower and getting that out for bid at the end of 2022. That is a project that'll take over a year to fabricate. We hope to have that project on track by the end of the year and start construction on that project in 2025. We want to finalize development of the River's Edge property. Several years ago, I stood right here, and one of my goals and objectives was to fill downtown Milford, not one empty storefront. We're getting there. The also objective was to fill out the parkway off of Chamber Drive and River's Edge, and we have about 4 lots left to develop. One of the critical developments, and you passed a TIF at your last council meeting, is a proposed $50 million apartment complex that would be located between Target and the movie theater. We're hoping to accomplish that and close on that deal sometime this summer. We want to coordinate with Duke Energy on the milling and resurfacing of US 50 and Lila Avenue. Everyone's headache for the last year, right? I contemplated putting a bunch of work construction cones to kind of summarize the year we had in 2022. That project is wrapping up. Ed Hackmeister and I have a meeting with Duke later on this week to go over the planning to get that resurfaced, get that milled and resurfaced. We're looking at sometime late April or early May. But all of the repair work done to install the new water line will be resurfaced and built. We want to continue participation in the Claremont County Engineer Asphalt Paving Program. It'll be a cost saver for us. It's a program we participated in the past. We want to do that again as well in partnering with Claremont County. We want to apply for funding for the second phase of the Riverside Park walking path linking Jonas Memorial Park, Riverside Park, and Critchell Park. We want to identify and establish wayfinding signage related to public parking in downtown Milford. If you go on Google Maps right now, you can see a little P in several parts of downtown Milford identifying parking. We want to expand that with proper signage, directing people. We're estimating that around April, when the weather gets better, parking in Milford will be an absolute premium with the distillery, with the brewery, and all the events going on. This past summer, the mayor and I attended a signing ceremony with Governor DeWine. That was for the Appalachian Community Grant Program. We want to research and apply for funding for a potential parking garage facility that would link the trailhead with downtown Milford. We are working on a joint application with Claremont County and the Claremont County Economic Development Office on this project. The trailhead is used. There's 7 trails that actually intercept at the Milford trailhead. There's expansion and plans within the city of Cincinnati and OKI to expand trails and linking Milford is one of those. So we want to be able to provide parking, adequate parking for folks that are utilizing the trail, as well as giving them an opportunity to enjoy downtown Milford. Events and activities. We have something new we're wanting to try this year. It's called Saturday Summer Nights. This would be between June and August. This would be every Saturday evening. There would be outdoor performances, whether they be bands or an outdoor performer of that nature, to kind of capture the vibe of downtown Milford, exploit essentially our Dora, and capture just individuals and foot traffic walking through. We want our downtown to feel alive. So we're going to try these Saturday summer nights. I have Taryn working on a budget. We'll be bringing that to the Community Development Committee, hopefully in the next few weeks, to discuss. It's hard to believe, but we will be celebrating our 6th annual Sparks in the Park. That will be July 3rd. Dat Band, yes, Dat Band, will be performing there as well. Always a good time. Seems to be kind of a reunion for people in Milford. A lot of people plan their time around that, actually. We'll also be continuing our 4th annual Fall Festival. That will be held October 7th. We partner with Valley View. We have that just down near Pattison Elementary in the back. Always successful, always a great turnout for our youth in the community. And then we'll have our holiday tree lighting ceremony November the 24th. Of course, I know about Frontier Days and those other events. Those are city-sponsored, but these are actually city events that we host. We'll be doing an Easter egg extravaganza as well. But again, all of this comes back to quality of life. Whether it be recreational opportunities, economic development opportunities, eateries, restaurants, different events, expansion of our park. We're going to put over $3 million in the Milford Park system over the next year and a half. We want this to be destinations, not only for our residents, but also for those visiting Milford. That concludes my state of the city.
Thank you.
Any questions you may have?
Anyone have questions? I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, and I love the theme, and yeah, it's amazing what's been accomplished in the last few years, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that takes us to the proceedings. Do I have a motion to approve the council minute proceedings from the February 7th meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Right, and financial statements, you should have received an email about receiving the January finance report. Do I have a motion to do that? Motion to receive?
Yes, so moved.
Second?
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
And that takes us to our public comment section. Anyone from the public like to make a comment? See none, we will go on to standing committee reports. Public services.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. The Public Service Committee met on February 13th. I called the meeting to order at 4:30. Present was myself, Kyle Mitchell, and Sandy Russell. Staff, City Manager Michael Doss, Police Chief Jamie Mills, Water Department Supervisor Joe Castile, and Executive Assistant Jackie Bain. We did not have any visitors. The first item on the agenda was to appoint a committee chairperson. Mr. Mitchell made a motion to appoint myself, Ms. Chamberlain, as the chairperson. This was seconded by Ms. Russell. All voted yes. I and Mr. Mitchell read and approved the November 9th, 2022 Public Service Committee minutes. Ms. Russell abstained. We had a discussion regarding the supply and discharge water line bids. Water Department Supervisor Joe Castile reviewed the February 3rd bid opening results with the committee. The lowest bid was from Ford Development Corp. in the amount of $1,214,342.87 for the Wallace Avenue Water Tower Supply and Discharge Line project. Mr. Doss also informed the committee that the bids were competitively bid. We did receive 2 grants from the Ohio Public Works and also ARPA funds, which combined both of those, we thought would fund the entire project, and they did, but we applied for the grants about a year and a half ago. Inflation costs have gone up. For clarification purposes, the total project when we applied for the grant funds was $1,292,000. For development's bid of $1,214,342.87. And last year, we entered into agreement with Branstetter Carroll to do the engineering on the project. The engineering for both of the projects combined was $96,500, which is a grand total of $1,310,842.87, which is a negative difference of $18,842.87. We feel that this is due to inflationary cost of piping, and general cost of doing business. We will have to make up the amount of $18,842.87. The project will start once materials are received, spring, end of summer. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance to enter into an agreement with Ford Development Corp. In the amount of $1,214,342.87 for the Wallace Avenue Water Tower Supply and Discharge Line project.
Second.
Mr. Parrish,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper.
Yes.
We then had a discussion regarding downtown parking issues and possible enforcement. Mr. Doss discussed downtown parking issues that are recognized and being anticipated with warmer weather. Parking lots at 25 Main Street, the municipal parking lot next to Harvest Market, and Riverside Park parking lot at Victor Stair. Chief Mills spoke about the challenges and possible enforcement. He spoke of the parking situation in Loveland. Chalking lines were also discussed, which is not effective nor efficient. On-street parking was reviewed along with private lots and city-owned lots. He feels there is more room for improvement, and it may help if we were to have some type of technology in place, similar to what Loveland, Ohio has. They have a parking map that reflects all of the free parking spots and also shows a paid lot. It is worth exploring so that we can do the same here to provide complimentary on-street parking and various lots for parking. Drivers can pay for their spaces in City Hall kiosk or using a phone app. The app allows users to reserve or renew their spaces from a distance, get reminders when their meter is about to run out, and pay online. Mr. Doss also mentioned that this is an expensive option. This has become a reality for a parking solution. The committee discussed in depth what direction they would like to move forward with. Committee members would like to have more information regarding parking kiosk, mobile payments, and how to enforce, and to review and discuss at the next Public Service Committee meeting. Mr. Doss said that he, along with Chief Mills and Assistant Chief Mahan, will collect additional information regarding prices and recommendations to discuss further with the committee. Then we discussed the water meter purchasing. Mr. Castile discussed water meter ordering and would like to place orders for water meter purchasing the same way he processes purchase orders for chemicals for the department. This would allow him to keep placement of meters as the demand comes in. Mr. Doss stated that the preferred method for placing such orders that require multiple payments over a period of time would be to establish a blanket purchase order. There being no further business, the meeting adjourned at 5:15 p.m. with a motion from Mr. Mitchell, seconded by Ms. Russell, and we all said yes.
Thank you, Ms. Chamberlain. That takes us to Safety Services. Ms. Cooper?
Yes. Safety Services Committee meeting was held on February 14th. We called it to order at 5 p.m. Present were myself and Lisa Evans, staff, Police Chief Jamie Mills, Finance Director Pat Worthland, and Executive Assistant Jackie Bain. Visitors were none. The appointment of committee chairperson, Ms. Evans made a motion to appoint me as the committee chairperson. We all voted yes. Proceedings, Ms. Evans made a motion to appoint the proceedings from the January 24th, 2022 Safety Services Committee minutes, and I seconded it. The discussion was the purchase of 2 cruisers and upfitting. Chief Mills stated that he had budgeted for 2 new vehicles in 2023 using the department's vehicle replacement policy. Annual maintenance costs were reviewed with the committee. The chief is requesting to make the following purchases: 2 Chevy Tahoes from Tim Lally Chevrolet in the amount of $87,764. Cruiser graphics from Digimax in the amount of $3,680. Motorola Solutions for 2 mobile video recorders in the amount of $15,483.38. Cruiser upfitting from PAR Public Safety Equipment in the amount of $36,938.30. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance for the purchase of 2 Chevy Tahoes from Tim Lally Chevrolet in the amount of $87,764. Cruiser graphics from Digimax in the amount of $3,680. Motorola Solutions for 2 mobile video recorders in the amount of $15,480.38. Cruiser upfitting from PAR Public Safety Equipment in the amount of $36,938.30.
Second.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Parrish,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond.
Yes.
Also, we had discussion, purchase of computer and software regarding BWC footage. Chief Mills discussed and reviewed information from the committee regarding Motorola Solutions quotes for video redacting equipment in the amount of $8,745. Chief Mills noted that the funds will come out of the drug forfeiture fund and not capital improvement. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance for the purchase of a computer and software regarding BWC footage from Motorola Solutions in the amount of $8,745.
Second.
Mr. Parrish,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Yes.
There being no additional business, Ms. Evans made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:15 PM, seconded by myself.
Thank you, Ms. Cooper. And I don't see a police report. Yes, no? No. Okay, no police report, but I do see Fire and EMS, District Chief Miller. Welcome.
Hello. Not too much going on for us. We did want to thank the Jeff Weiler Automotive family for hosting a Clermont County Fire Chiefs Fire Investigation Conference today. We had over 80 attendees from several different departments out there, so it's nice when they allow us to use their space. And then we already heard about Staybridge. We wanted to thank Staybridge as well. We've, they hosted one of our presenters last night free of charge, so that was very nice of them. But they also let us use one of their conference rooms for a smaller class that we had for our, just for our department. So
Nice.
they've been very nice to us as well.
That's awesome.
Other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That takes us to council comments. Anyone from council have anything to say? None? All right, well then we will go into new businesses, ordinances and resolutions.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 23-195, an ordinance awarding bid and authorizing an agreement with Ford Development Corporation for the Wallace Avenue Water Tower Supply and Discharge Lines Project. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. Having conducted the bid process required by Section 11.09 of the Charter, the Council of the City of Milford hereby awards the bid to and authorizes the city manager to enter into an agreement with Ford Development Corporation for the Wallace Avenue Water Tower Supply and Discharge Lines Project in an amount not to exceed $1,214,347.82. In council's judgment, Ford Development offers the best and most responsive proposal to the city, considering quality, service, price, reputation, and past performances, financial condition, and any other pertinent information. The terms and conditions of this agreement are set forth in the bid specifications and fully incorporated by reference under and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Section 2, under and in accordance with Section 12.05 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ordinance, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-195, an ordinance awarding bid and authorizing an agreement with Ford Development Corporation for the Wallace Avenue Water Tower Supply and Discharge Lines Project.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-196, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to purchase 2 Chevy Tahoes and necessary outfitting for use by the police department. Now therefore be it ordained by the council of the municipality of Milford, Ohio. Section 1. City manager is hereby authorized to purchase 2 Chevy Tahoes from Tinalali Chevrolet for the police department at a cost not to exceed $87,764 for both Tahoes per the attached quote. Under section 11.09, this is a present emergency for which competitive bidding is not required. These necessary vehicles cannot be purchased otherwise by the city from any other source for this price at this time. Nevertheless, in council's judgment, these quotes offer the best and most responsive prices to the city, considering quality, service, price, reputation, and past performances, financial condition, and because this is the only way the city can purchase these necessary Tahoes at the soonest possible time. The quotes are fully incorporated by reference under and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Further, to outfit these Tahoes for police use, the city manager is further authorized to purchase cruiser graphics from Digimax for $3,680, 2 mobile video recorders from Motorola Solutions for $15,480.38, and general police cruiser upfitting from PAR Public Safety Equipment for $36,980.30. Section 2, under and in accordance with Section 12.05 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-196, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to purchase 2 Chevy Tahoes and necessary outfitting for use by the police department.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-197, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with Motorola Solutions in the amount of $8,745 for the purchase of a computer and software regarding BWC footage, BWC meaning body worn camera footage. Now therefore be it ordained by the council of the municipality of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. The council of the city of Milford hereby authorizes the city manager to enter into an agreement with Motorola Solutions in the amount of $8,745 for the purchase of computer and software regarding BWC footage. The terms and conditions of this agreement are fully incorporated by reference under and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Section 2, under and in accordance with Section 12.05 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-197, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with Motorola Solutions in the amount of $8,745 for the purchase of a computer and software regarding BWC footage.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
All right, I think that takes us to old business, which there is none, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Parrish,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everyone.